I felt the call even before I gave my heart to Christ. I had heard of prophecies that my mother had received when she was carrying me. And then, of course, I was visiting ministers at the church that I would go to with my parents had often called me out and said things about the call of God upon my life, and I ran from it. I ran from the call of God for a long time. And then eventually at 17, when I gave my heart to the Lord, the call immediately was burning in my heart for ministry. I knew it's what God wanted me to do. This is the home, used to be the home of Ben and Sherry Johnson. It's where Calvary Church originated. This was our first home meeting, February 9th, 1985. We met here, organized, and filed our papers to incorporate as a local church. Josh, this is the location of our first building. We started on February 9th and moved here in July. And it gave us a place. We would have been here longer, but the Lord opened the door for us to buy our own property on Roan Street here in Elizabethton. But this was the first place that we were for any length of time that first year. We were here about 5 months to 6. We came in July, moved out in January when we bought the other property. Its own property. This would have been January of 1986 that we moved in this location. We're standing on what was the parking lot. We owned both corners. We just had a nice gravel parking lot. Courtney McBath and Lady J and so many others were part of the church back then. This was where we were when Bishop McBath was part of Calvary Church and with his family. This was that original location. A lot has changed.
Number one, I really love God, and I reminded myself often that I really love people too. And so I think it's loving God and loving people that helps you to stay focused in your purpose. And even when the storms come and the hardships come, it's what you do.
Absolutely right. There are challenges that come along in 40 years of ministry that tend to have brought exhaustion. A lot of people have given up and quit, and especially in the early years when it's harder. But for me and Teresa, I believe that for us, we just always enjoyed ministry to the extent that we didn't mind those struggles. Our focus was always to love God and love people. So with that in mind, we felt if people were being saved and folks were coming to the Lord and the kingdom was growing, we were doing more in missions, that we were pleasing God, and that as long as we pleased God and we were serving people, we felt great fulfillment.